March 19th, 2019. A quick look here at the Schumann Resonance, 15 hertz, 4 UTC, and 30 hertz at 14 UTC. As you can see, it's a little bit more active here today than it was yesterday, and a lot less active than it was a couple days ago. I'm going to leave a link to this time converter. It's World Time Buddy. It's a pretty neat app. It gives you good visual perspective on time zones. It gives you up to 3 time zones you can compare it to. Pretty neat article I read through. It's called The Transduction of Geomagnetic Field as Evidence from Alpha Band Activity in the Human Brain. And the alpha band activity is actually the band that we often look at for the Schumann resonance, the frequency of the brain. And that was monitored using an EEG to determine, in this experiment, whether or not we were sensitive to the magnetic properties of the magnetic pole. They used static static components of the magnetic field. Essentially, this study determined that geomagnetic field stimuli is relative to the hemisphere that we're located at. So if we're in the northern hemisphere, we're going to be more sensitive to the North Pole, or if we're from the southern hemisphere, we're going to be more sensitive to the South Pole. And this is all in reference to biologically precipitated crystals of magnetite that's they believe it's located in our brain. They call it ferromagnetic transduction element. And the only point I'd have about this is, I guess if you're going to relocate people, I wondered if they'd taken this into consideration. Because if you take people from a northern hemisphere area and then you bring them to the southern hemisphere area, I'd kind of wonder if that's a good idea or if it's more of an experiment, because I don't know how much confusion that can cause, but it does say here, for whatever reason, we've lost the conscious awareness of geomagnetic stimuli. Now, birds, I read that they're able to actually see almost like a little glimmer of light on the horizon when they're actually tracking the poles as they're migrating. And for some reason, I guess we lost that ability. So, pretty interesting article. I'll leave a link on there. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks for joining me on the curve.